Hello guys, today we are with Baptiste Jenard, the player, the manager and also the owner of Adenergy, the person who is with us for many seasons. Baptiste, why are you with us as a sponsor of Adenergy Hall of Fame?
To be honest, there's like many reasons. One of the first ones obviously is the relationship we've developed over the years and the fact that I always wanted to be involved in basketball in Krakow. It started many years ago with Kacpa, sponsoring events with him, coaching in Wisła with him, and then it's like a natural evolution, to support the fact that finally there's an elite league in amateur basketball. I've always been a big supporter of amateur basketball, first of all, and it's just the main reason why I'm behind not just Liga NBA but also Hall of Fame League is because I consider that what we do as a business to be top level, in our industry, in Google Ads, Microsoft Ads, advertising, also Facebook. And I do think that Hall of Fame represents this, right? You have the elite level of amateur basketball in Poland, and the other thing is I know that we are able to provide a better experience with the sponsorship, whether it's the championship rings like we did last season, and also just making basketball more accessible to people, so that's the main reason behind it. Just welcome everybody to access basketball.
Baptiste, you said about what you do, but can you tell us what are the benefits of having you as a contact, of you as a person for other players, not only as business partner or business contact, but also as a potential employee?
There are multiple aspects. As you mentioned, I'll start with the employee side because actually one of the players from Liga NBA, Antoni Miłek, is working for me now since we celebrated 1 year on Friday. So that's kind of the connection. I like to work with people that have shared, interest and passion as me. So it can be the Google Ads side of things, but also the basketball stuff. And the business is growing year by year, so I'm recruiting regularly to grow the team. So whoever wants to develop a career in digital marketing, learn about what I do, and maybe test it, see if it's a good fit for them, that's an opportunity. Obviously, English language is mandatory. That's for everybody to know, but it can be someone that speaks Spanish, that speaks on top of Polish, because Polish is also something I want to develop. And the second aspect is business-wise, right? So it can be people that have a business, want to launch a business. In Poland, we can support them to advertise on Facebook, on Microsoft, on Google. And also people that do business abroad or want to start doing business abroad, because my specialty as a company is helping mostly USA and UK companies, Canada companies, to expand globally. So I do it the other way around. They want to advertise in Europe, for example, but I also help European companies that want to start selling in the US and in Canada and so on and so forth. So that's the expertise that we have and how we can help people that are in the league. And I know that people are quite discreet, usually about what they do in the league, but there are lots of business owners, people that do a lot of great things, so I'm happy to connect with them too. Definitely.
So, if I understood it correctly, you are something like a merchandiser, like someone in between, that you connect people with others to make a great deal for them, for each other. And can you tell me if there is any minimum barrier that they need to meet in order to work with you? For example, you don't work with people who have less contacts than, 100 business partners, or they make less than something a year, or there is no such limits for you?
So one of the main criteria obviously will be how much, because what we do mainly is make sure that they get clients or sales if they have e-commerce from their websites. So they need to have a website. That's the number one requirement, because I don't develop websites personally with the business, but they need to have a website. The second thing is they need to have a certain level of budget. So and I'm always open to have conversations, to advise if someone has a question for people that will be watching this, am I too small? Am I too big? Where do I stand, right? Because it's never a straightforward answer. Some people have a small budget at the beginning, but they have ambition to scale a lot. Short answer would be most businesses I work with, they spend about $5,000 a month on advertising, like across different platforms. That's the minimum. But I've worked with smaller business, and the other thing that I'll take opportunity to say it now, I'm also open to investing in businesses, right? So if I see a business that doesn't have much money, but they want to grow and they need my services, we can discuss and I can invest in the business if I find it relevant, right? And do it like this. So it's, it's just like the same thing as basketball, keeping an open mind all the time.
Baptiste, the last thing that I would like to talk about is your approach to basketball. How do you define basketball? Why do you do it? And basically, what makes you like a big freak when it comes to basketball in terms of being a fan?
I think it will be a good opportunity because I never really took the time to talk about it, but like how it impacted me. There are like few steps, right? I started playing basketball quite late because I played football for many years. I was like goalkeeper and then I played handball too. But at 13, 14 years old, I like fashion and all those stuff, right? So
French, man.
Yeah, that's what we do. The first thing was like I was in love with like the Lakers outfit and all this stuff, like the merch, right? More than the game at first. And then there was Kobe Bryant, so I was like kind of like Michael Jordan for people that are a bit older than me. Same thing, right? It hit me in the face. It was amazing. And you have two options when you're a teenager in some parts of France where either you're bored at home and doing stupid things, right? Or you're in the gym with your friends and you're doing smarter things with yourself. So like the choice was tough, but decided to go play basketball instead with my friends, and like it opened lots of doors because then at 17 I got selected to go to the US for a year, not because of basketball skills, to be fair. Like it was a mix of like academic interest and just a selection process. But when I moved to the US, I didn't speak much English, but I played a summer league before the high school season, and basketball allowed me to have a great network of friends the moment my first day of school, right? And then after that, I moved to Spain. I played basketball in Madrid. I made friends the first week I was there because of basketball, playing street ball, playing in some club in Pozuelo. And then I moved to Poland and I trained with Wisła Kraków, with Kacpa. And I made friends in the first week, and Kacpa is one of my closest friends 12 years later, right? So it's always been the reason why like I'm so crazy about basketball and sports in general, but basketball mainly is just, it helped me adapt to everywhere I moved every time. I just feel like it's one place when you're on the court, street ball or here, nobody cares like what's your religion, where you're from, how much money you make, like people just care about like how you play, like your mindset, sportsmanship, like being a team player and all those stuff. And everybody also has a different role. You don't need to be a scorer to be a good player. You can be a great defender, you can be a great passer. Like there's so many ways to integrate, and it's just open door that life in general is a bit more unfair in my opinion than basketball is way more fair. And it's just a great way, and it's a multicultural sport by essence, like football kind of like it can be black, white, like doesn't matter. Like everybody wants to play with you if you're good, yeah. So that's why that's kind of my relationship to it, and also the other part is become big Lakers fan too. So this doesn't lie. And Luka Doncic to the Lakers, that's a crazy thing.
So, in one term, Adenergy is like a basketball. It connects people, right? So, anything else that I haven't asked about and you would like to share with us?
Last thing I would say about Adenergy is that we're also, like, we did a few other stuff, like Liga NBA is one thing. We're involved with the Hoop Summit in France, which is like a big 5-on-5 tournament for Pro AM, so like first league players to amateur leagues. I've also helped Armel, who's played in Liga NBA, doing a camp in Cameroon last year. And that's the other parts where like we're trying to be involved, is just give back to community, and something I want to keep developing with you and with other people in Krakow, just impacting, I'm looking at Dom Jet Ski, that's the way you call it, right? So trying to give them more access to basketball as well, and like that's what I want my company to represent also, is just like give opportunities to others.